messed up.
Oh, okay.
Hello and welcome to Raising Those Spirits, or back to you, because I messed up the first 5 minutes of the recording and we're starting over.
We're live again. We're
I'm
double
S-
live.
I'm Steve,
I'm Sam.
and this week we're doing a very special episode. We are doing a Give Yourself Goosebumps books, which is a Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventure. The
Oh yeah.
theme, as usual, for every summer is summer camp. And we had talked about, instead of each talking about our experiences and how far we got in this, maybe doing it live while we recorded the episode. And then we thought, if we're doing this while we record the episode, why don't we stream us failing and maybe get some audience participation if anyone wants to join? So here we
Yep.
are.
Yeah, we are reading because we like to, end the summer on a summer camp episode like we're saying. Escape from Camp Run for Your Life, which boasts over 20 different scary endings. We're going to try and get through it 3 times
So
and
yeah,
see how we do.
we've given ourselves 3 lives. Hopefully this isn't an incredibly short stream. I remember reading these at summer camp, and you would die a lot. You would die a
You
lot in
should.
these.
You would expect that these ones would probably result in a lot of death
I'm,
because it's children's literature
and
and
it's
it's
goosebumps.
yeah, it's fine. That's what's supposed to happen. You know what? If we die in like 10 minutes,
We're gonna Konami code this and just
there's
suddenly have 30 lives. More
yeah,
lives
it's
than
fine.
endings.
Right. We're starting with 3 lives, but I brought a couple of quarters, so we can always pop. We can
Excellent.
always get a
Make sure you
continue.
put it on the desk so that you've got the next one reserved.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do we want to? Oh, I forgot to make a drink. I was stressed so much.
That's okay. It's a
To
special episode.
I had it was a special episode, and I bought special stuff to make a special drink.
What was it?
So there's this Australian beverage company that makes the ginger beer that I use for my dark and stormies. They start with a B, and for the life of me, I cannot currently remember their name.
Hmm.
But I always use their ginger beer. And do you ever go to World Market? Do you have
No,
World
I've never
Market?
been.
Oh, I love World
I don't think we
Market.
have them.
We had one right by us in New Jersey, and we don't have one up here, but I was in Jersey, and so we stopped in, and we always like stock up on stuff. It's basically stuff you can only get in like other countries, like, and they have a
Hmm.
huge food section, so we like to stock up on food imports. And they had this one company that does like ginger beer and root beer in America, and they had like 20 flavors, and they're all mixers. Their website's actually really cool. If you go on their website and you choose a beverage, you then choose alcoholic or non-alcoholic, and it'll give you like 10 recipes for each of their things. So they have a guava one that I bought, they have a blood orange one that I bought, they have like a lemon lime uh, tonic type of a thing that looked really good.
Hmm.
So I was going to make a dark and stormy with the blood orange one instead of grapefruit. And oh man, this is bad. I'm on camera, but you're over here, so I'm looking the wrong way. But then I look this way to read. So I'm just gonna keep switching my screens around until we get reading because this is madness. I haven't
You should
streamed in
just
a few years.
put on sunglasses. Nobody can tell where you're looking.
I haven't streamed since me and Petra used to have our Sense and Sentimentalism show where we used to stream every week. And that was before we moved to Rhode Island, like 3, 4 years ago. It's been a while. I'm impressed this got up and running on the first try. I was really, really expecting it to be like, nope, we're not streaming, we're just recording.
I've always believed in you and your ability to
It's
know
just
which buttons to press.
it's just exhaustion. It's 100% just like, am I going to have enough brain power to remember how to do this?
I mean, that's what we get for being dads doing a nighttime recording podcast.
Yeah, that was the thing. So, I play in a D&D game with Sam, Eric, Ben, and a few other people, depending on the game, and they keep making me the face character,
Hmm.
and I don't dislike it, but like we start at like 8 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I don't have the energy to be a face character. I don't have the energy to be like, yeah. I just want to be really quiet.
Yeah. That's why I don't do anything
I mean,
other than this.
it's a good way to see everyone, but yeah, it is. It's exhausting. So do you like where the Goosebumps book is in the middle there?
Oh, hold on. No, I was looking at our page. I wasn't looking at the
Oh,
live.
okay.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
Looks good right between us.
Oh yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's get into it.
All right.
Forget it. Forget the people that may or may not join. They can watch it later.
It's true. It's not going anywhere.
Okay, is this book upside
Um.
down? No.
Okay. Should we read the opening?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, excuse me. So I think I inhaled a little bit of my drink a couple hours ago. Oh, I did. I did grab a drink. I grabbed my favorite Night Light from Night Shift Brewing, which I picked because I had a whole lot of it left over from my daughter's birthday party. And I'm
Hey,
still finishing it off, and that was like a month and a half ago. So that
awesome.
is why I picked that.
I got punched in the throat really hard when I was putting my son down to bed, and I was like, "Oh no, I have to go talk." Like
Yeah,
I was like coughing really bad for a while.
it's hard when they hit. My kid just jumps on me a lot.
Oh
She's
yeah.
very face grabby lately. She's very into no lately, which has
Hmm.
been very frustrating.
Yeah.
But 5-year-olds.
I've got
Okay.
I've got big energy for that. I get it. Solidarity. All right, let's read this opening. Let's get started. We are
All right.
we are 6.5 minutes in, and we've done nothing.
Nothing. Literally nothing. Beware. Do not read this book from beginning to end. Welcome to Camp Running Leaf. It's a sports camp of your dreams. This place is weird. The coaches are slave drivers. The campers act like little robots. And the food, well, let's just say it's nothing to write home about. Activities sound cool though. You can camp overnight and look for bones in Zombie Cave. Coach says you could win a medal or become one of the Walking Dead. Aw, he was just kidding about the dead part. Wasn't he? Or you can compete in the selection. It's an awesome obstacle course with stuff like water jumps. Only hold on. Why is the water squirming? You're in control of this scary adventure. You decide what will happen and how terrifying the scares will be. Start on page 1. Follow the instructions at the bottom of each page. Make the choices. Make the right choices, and you'll have the summer of your dreams. Make the wrong choice, and it's camper. Beware. So take a deep breath, cross your fingers, and turn to page 1 to give yourself goosebumps.
So I will say before we start that we actually canceled this 2 weeks ago when we were supposed to do it because there was massive thunderstorms, and it was good that we canceled it because about 15 minutes into it, I lost power, and we would have just cut off abruptly. And
Would have been extra spooky.
yes, and it just wouldn't have been good conditions. And I just heard thunder again, so I don't anticipate. Yeah, I know. I'm really annoyed. I don't anticipate losing power, but I'm just putting that out there right now. Okay.
Yeah, so if it cuts out, it's not that we were both horribly slaughtered by the evils in the camp. It's just that a thunderstorm hit Rhode Island.
Most likely.
And Steve's house exploded. That's what it was. All right. Give
Uh,
yourself goosebumps. I'm not going to read anything, the copyright info.
all right. I'll start off if you want, because you did the
No, no,
opening.
no.
Save
I got
your.
it.
You sure?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll get it. If I start coughing too much, I'll switch to you. But I think
Okay.
I can survive. Just keep my finger on the mute button. my finger on the mute button in case I need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here I go. Page 1. All right, you say to yourself. 10 minutes ago, it looked as if you were facing another boring day at home. All the kids in your neighborhood are away at summer camp. All but you. Your parents decided to take you on a family vacation instead to your grandparents' farm. Boring. Your mom and dad just got an urgent call to join a dig for dinosaur bones in Mongolia. They're leaving in the morning. We'll be away for a month, your mom says. Sorry, sweetie, but we'll have to send you to Camp Pendleton after all. I guess I'll live, you reply, hiding your grin. Yes, Pendleton is a sports camp. You love sports. You wanted to go to Camp Pendleton ever since your Uncle Ed told you about it. It's got the latest equipment and the best coaches. You quickly call Uncle Ed with the good news. He promises to take care of all the arrangements. He'll even drive you there. The next morning, Uncle Ed arrives. Your parents are rushing around, getting ready to leave. They kiss you goodbye and remind you to be careful. Don't worry about me, you reply. What could go wrong? Nothing, right? Ha! Turn to page 2. Feel like they don't need to say that, but I'm psyched, you announce as you slide into Ed's station wagon. You're going to have a great time, Uncle Ed declares. Your uncle usually doesn't talk much about himself. You aren't even sure he does what he does for a living. You know he likes sports. That's what you talk about on the way to Camp Pendleton. Only, it's taking forever to get there. It's out in the boondocks. All roads here look the same. You stop for a snack. Uncle Ed makes a quick phone call. He starts the car again. He pulls out onto the road. You're going in the wrong direction. Uncle Ed, you say. I think you're going in the wrong way. Nah, Uncle Ed says. I've got a great sense of direction. You spot an old man in front of a lone house in the woods. Pull over, Uncle Ed, you urge. Let's ask. Sports camp, the old man frowns. There's a camp about a mile away. He gives Uncle Ed instructions to get there. If you pass the gas station, you know you've gone too far. See, I told you I knew where I was going, Uncle Ed says. A minute later, Uncle Ed turns down a dirt road. He pulls up to a military-looking gatehouse. A big sign says, Welcome to Camp Running Leaf. Huh, where's Camp Pendleton, you cry. Uncle Ed only shrugs. He doesn't seem very upset. A beefy guy with a crew cut, a white shirt, and a whistle around his neck approaches your car. I'm Coach Rex, he says. Are you a new camper? No, I'm looking for Camp Pendleton, you answer. Coach Rex clears his throat. This was Camp Pendleton. New owner just took over and changed the name to Running Leaf. So everything is okay, right? You say goodbye to Uncle Ed. He shakes hands with Coach Rex. This youngster hard, he orders. Oh, I'm a slave driver, Coach Rex answers. The chuckle, Coach Rex and Uncle Red laugh like two old friends. Go to page 4. Coach Rex leads you to a cabin. He points out an empty bunk, and you drop your stuff on it. Think you're a hotshot athlete? He shouts. Doing a cold read is hard. Surprised, you stutter. No, I like sports. Coach Rex barks. Don't put things up with wimps here. Gives you the once over. You don't look very strong. I thought you were in pretty decent shape. But let's arm wrestle, Coach Rex demands. It's his problem. He seemed so friendly a minute ago. Sit opposite sides of the table. Coach Rex pins your arm in an instant. He looks disappointed. Kid, you don't have what it takes, he announces. But you will. And soon. It sounds more like a threat than a promise. Suddenly, Coach Rex brightens. The first thing for you to do is to choose one of 2 events to take part in. One event is the overnight hike, fossil hunt in the woods around the camp. You love camping out. Sounds cool. The other event is called the selection. It's a series of athletics events. Winner gets a special prize. So which are you going to choose? We could choose to take the hike on page 78 or go to the selection on page 125.
All right, I feel like this is going to basically impact the rest of the book for us.
Oh yeah, I mean first decision.
Yeah, no, but like I feel like there's like 2 different paths, main paths through this book, if I remember correctly. So,
I've never read it. I do not know.
No, 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 I've never read this one, but I remember these books.
Okay, so it's like we'll get. There's going to be more branches. This is our first branch.
Our
Are
first
we
branch,
taking?
but there's going to be a hiking scenario branch and there's going to be a selection scenario branch. My thought is last year we did Camp Jelly Jam. Oh, yeah. Actually, we did both. You did the camping one and I did the sports one. So we've already done one of each.
Hmm.
I was going to say since we did Jelly Jam, we should do the hike, but you did the hike, so what are you
Oh,
feeling? What are
okay.
you
So let's.
thinking?
I don't know. His parents are this character or my character's parents are paleontologists, right? Because they had that emergency dinosaur hunt.
Yeah, so like fossils sounds on brand.
Yeah. So I think, but he doesn't want to do what his parents does. He wants to do sports.
But that is true, but he did think the camping out sounded cool.
All right.
Do we want to do
Let's.
a coin toss on this one?
No, I'm picking 78. I want to go. I like
Hike.
personally. I'm a big fossil fan, so I want to go
All
on
right.
this hike.
I have
It's.
a flow chart going here, and I'm trying
Oh,
to
all right.
follow our travel so when we inevitably die, we can go back to the right page. All
All
right,
right.
page 78.
All right. Excuse me. My throat.
You want me to take over so you can rest your voice for a little bit?
Sure, that'd be great.
All right, 77. I'll try the hike, you decide. Okay. Meet Coach Crump at the equipment shed, Coach Rex orders. He's got a new voice now. He points out the shed to you. Get going, camper. Four other kids are already waiting at the equipment shed when you get there. A dark haired girl with braces smiles at you. I'm Tracy, she says. I'm going on the hike too. The other kids introduce themselves as Samantha, Al, and Ted. Samantha, a tall, strong looking girl, beckons all four of you closer. I've heard some strange things about this hike, she whispers. They say some kids don't come back from it. That's why Then why are you going? Al asks. I want to win the outdoors medal, Samantha replies calmly. You smile to yourself. Camps always have silly, scary stories. You know Samantha is only trying to psych out the competition. But you're a good hiker. You plan to win that medal yourself. Here comes another hiker, Ted exclaims. You glance up and see someone running towards the shed. Oh no, you groan. Find out what's wrong on page 36. The problem with doing this in the PDF is I now have to scroll to page 36.
It was a little bit silly to have us go back to the middle of the book.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Whoever scanned this book, one of these pages is like smeared with something. I hope we don't end up there.
I'll have to make up what happens.
You know the person running towards the shack. Her name is Kim. She goes to your school back home. You've disliked her since you did a geography project together. Kim complained the whole time. Even worse, you had to do all the work. I don't believe this, she exclaims when she catches sight of you. Of all the camps in the whole country, I end up at the same one as you. Great. She's already complaining, you think. A pale, heavy-set man in a white shirt comes puffing up. I'm Coach Crump, he says. Okay, listen up, campers. The point of the hike is to earn your outdoors medal. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a shiny disc. This is the medal, he says. He holds it up. It gleams in the sunshine as if made of gold. A small figure is carved on it. You can't quite make out what it is. Cool, you murmur. You reach for the medal to examine it more closely. Coach Crump snatches it away. Hands off, he thunders. Go to page 52. Really?
Wow, the coaches here are jerks. So not surprisingly.
Come on. Oh, way too far. I'm in the 60s now. It was 52?
52.
All right. I'm also not keeping track of everything. I'm making track of every decision, which is probably going to be a problem.
Now
But
I don't.
I'll write what page the decision was on so we can go back to that page.
Yeah, when we need to backtrack, I think they purposely put the pages around the book to make it feel more like you're.
Yeah, I used to have like so many pieces of paper like marking my trail. It was a nightmare. I just wanted to see the medal, you gasp, shocked. Not till you've completed the hike, Coach Crump bellows. He leans over. Understand? He says, right in your face. This guy's weird, you think? You wonder if you've made the wrong choice. To earn your medals, you must be able to read a map and get around in the wilderness, Coach Crump goes on. He holds up a map and points to a mountain. You must find Zombie Cave, here on Zombie Mountain, and remove a bone from it as proof you were there. Zombie Mountain? Excellent. You love spooky stuff. A bone? Kim exclaims. Ew. The cave is full of bones, Coach Crump declares. Human bones, he adds with a smile. Now he passes out maps, one to each kid. After you leave Zombie Cave, he continues, we'll all meet at the campsite on Zombie Mountain. Cool, you think? First a spooky fossil hunt, then a campout. This is going to be great. One more thing, Coach Crump adds. He glares from camper to camper. Watch out for zombies. Turn to page 132.
On brand for Zombie Mountain.
Yes. Okay, come on. I'm at 133. Here we go. 132. You crack up. There's no such thing as zombies, you snort. Are you sure? Coach Crump narrows his eyes at you. Why do you think they call it Zombie Mountain? You know he's just fooling, but he sounds awfully serious. Well, what do zombies look like? Kim asks. They're the walking dead, Coach Crump replies. They crave living flesh. A zombie's bite will turn you into a zombie. You and I'll snicker. It's not funny, Coach Crump says solemnly. Every year we lose a few campers to zombies. Okay, the coach is just trying to make the hike more fun, but isn't he going a little overboard? Ted pipes up. I've heard stories about a strange guy who lives on Zombie Mountain. They call him the Cemetery Man. Crump growls. He doesn't exist, he snaps. Okay, people. The gear is in the shed. Take what you need and get started. You take a sleeping bag, pack, food, and flashlight. Coach Crump hands you a map and a box labeled Survival Kit. You're turning to go when the coach stops you. Wait, he exclaims. I forgot to tell you the most important thing of all. No matter what, you must reach the campsite by midnight. Turn to page 50. As soon as it loads in. Now, I thought this camp just got its name changed. How can they lose a few campers every year?
Hey, okay, so it's under new management. It's
But it's the same camp?
It's the same camp.
Just new
this
name.
guy they probably hired the same staff after they switched over because they knew everything.
Okay, I'll buy that.
He's referring to, yeah.
I've been with enough company takeovers. What happens if we're late, you ask? Are the zombies going to get us? Al adds, grinning. They might, the coach glares at Al. Or they could just as easily get you earlier. But if you're late, you're disqualified. No outdoors medal for you. We won't be late, you all chorus. You'll be safer in hiking in pairs, Crump calls. As soon as you've chosen partners, start the hike. See you at the campsite. You see that Samantha has already paired up with Al. Ted and Tracy are starting up the trail together. That leaves you with Kim? No way, you think. She's lazy. She's a complainer. Besides, you're a good hiker. You don't need a partner. On the other hand, Coach Crump told you to pair up. What will you do? To pair up with Kim, go to page 118. To hike alone, turn to page 14.
Sound like terrible choices.
Okay.
Maybe if we pair up with Kim,
we
we
can
can see something bad happen to her, or we can use her to escape the zombies. Like they
That
say,
was
like,
my thought.
you don't need to be the fastest, you just don't need to be the slowest.
Yes.
I say we go with Kim.
I say we go with Kim. We can always have her get eaten instead of us.
Oh no, my PDF died.
Oh no.
I'm reloading my file.
All right, so we're going to page 118.
118. Do you want me to take back over?
Sure.
Got a cough. I realized I had cough drops within arm's reach, so that was a big.
Excellent.
Everybody gets to hear the stuff we usually cut. You sigh. All right, let's team up. You say to Kim. Watch while she studies her map. Hate to admit it, but it's true. Kim is a much better map reader than you. Zombie Cave is on the other side of Zombie Mountain, she remarks, pointing to a squiggle on the map. Also, the campsite is on the same side of the mountain as the cave, she continues. They look closer to each other. So let's get started, you say impatiently. Wait, Kim cautions. According to the map, there are two ways to get to the cave. Now we're talking. We could take the main trail up over the mountain, but it's very steep. What's the other way, you ask? Other way is to follow the river around the mountain, she explains. It's much longer. Also, she squints at the paper. There are some strange markings I can't figure out. You glance at her map. X line X's line the riverbank. You decide which route seems easiest, Kim asks you. You study the map. Both routes look tough to you. Which one will you take? We can climb the mountain on page 113, or we can follow the river on page 16.
I vote that we climb the mountain
Yeah,
because
I don't like those X's.
I don't like those X's, and also if it's much longer, we are on a timetable. Um, climbing a steep mountain sucks. I've done it, but I think it's a direct route that we know what's going on.
And also, you only have to climb up the first way. Then you get to climb down.
Down the second way, exactly.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so we've taken the top choice every time so far.
Oh, that's good. That'll help us when we go around the next time. All right.
Oh, what page was that?
13?
No, we were on 118. Okay. I'm trying to write down where we are. Okay.
All right. 113. You and Kim toil up the mountain. It takes all afternoon. The most tiring part of the hike isn't the climbing. It's listening to Kim complain. At last, you spot what you came for. In the face of a cliff is the dark, forbidding hole, Zombie Cave. A trail leads down to it from where you are. You and Kim hike down the steep trail. About halfway down, you hear a strange noise. A combination of cough and growl. So it's probably me. What's that? Kim asks nervously. Zombies, you reply in a spooky voice. Sorry. Zombies, you reply in a spooky voice. Kim shrieks. Just kidding, you tell her, grinning. As you continue down, you hear the sound again. Seems to be following you. Ignore it, you tell Kim. You're almost at the cave mouth. You run ahead of Kim and enter the cave alone. When you see what's waiting inside, you freeze. We have to go to page 18. And I'm scrolling faster than my PDF. You can't find these books in the library anymore.
Yeah.
Kim comes up behind you. What's wrong? She asks. A zombie, you stammer. Oh, please, Kim snaps. I mean, do I look stupid? I'd like to answer that question. You're speechless. Because the creature in the cave is the nastiest thing you've ever seen. Gashes cover its colorless face. Its eyes are dead. It smells dead. Oh, you cry. It really is a zombie. The thing takes several steps towards you. Urgh, it moans. Eee, Kim screams. Sorry, we took a wrong turn, you tell the undead monster. You begin backing out. Way you came. The zombie staggers towards you. Run, you order Kim. The zombie lumbers along after you. It doesn't run fast. It doesn't tire either. How can you escape? You wonder frantically. Then you have an idea. Climb up the cliff, shouted Kim. Are you crazy? She cries. It's a cliff. You rather get caught by the zombie? You ask. Enough said, the two of you start scrambling up the cliff. Page 80. All right. Pull yourself frantically up. Your arms ache. You glance down. The zombie is trying to climb the cliff too. It's clumsy. Its rotten fingers can't grasp the rocks. Finally, it seems to give up. You hang there halfway up the cliff and watch as it vanishes into the trees. Whew, I think it's gone, you tell Kim. Come on, let's head back down the cliff. You've almost reached the bottom when you hear a growl. Crouched in your path is a mountain lion. Oh no. The big cat's yellow eyes gaze hungrily at you. Oh, head back up, you whisper. But it's just as you inch up the cliff, a huge boulder bounds down the slope, just missing you. The zombie, Kim cries. It must have climbed up the trail. It's up at the top of the cliff. Duck as another boulder hurtles past your ear. Let's get out of here, Kim cries. Great idea, you think, but where to? If you head down, the mountain lion will attack. If you climb up, you'll have to face the zombie. All right, we got another choice on this page.
I'm gonna vote zombie. I would rather deal with one zombie than a mountain lion.
Yeah, that's true. Really, a mountain lion's like a single zombie is not nearly as threatening as a
Especially with
mountain
two
lion.
people, one to distract it, one to pit. Like, mountain lion, though, you can't beat a mountain lion.
No,
You
a
can't
human
outrun a
being,
mountain
a
lion.
single human being cannot beat a mountain lion
Yeah.
armed. It's impossible.
Two
All right,
unarmed children are not going to fight a mountain lion. They might get away
you
from one zombie.
could duck past a zombie.
Yeah, exactly. So we're voting on 54,
Yeah, let's go to page 54.
our first bottom choice.
Ooh, could it be bad? I'll let you take over.
All right. Loading. All right. A hungry mountain lion can move a lot faster than a hungry zombie, you reason. Better take your chances with the corpse. Up, you order Kim. You scramble back up the cliff. Rocks and pebbles rain down around you. The zombie bellows from above. You peer up. It hefts another huge boulder. Oh no! How can it miss when you're this close? Then the zombie slips. It cries as it tumbles through the air. Down, down, down. It lands with a sickening thud far below. Yuck! Wow, Kim, you comment as you reach the top of the cliff. That zombie really fell for you. Ha ha, Kim huffs. Time to check out the cave. You hike down the trail and stand nervously at the entrance. A faint light glows from inside. You take a deep breath. Let's do it, you say to Kim. Let's enter Zombie Cave. We'll go on. Enter the cave on page 126. Here we go. Carefully, you and Kim poke your heads into Zombie Cave. Hello, you call, hoping no one will answer. Whew, no one does. The cave is empty. You peer down at the floor. No footprints in the loose soil. You must be the first hikers to reach the cave. Come on, Kim says impatiently. Let's find the bones. Where is the light coming from, you wonder? Then you notice faint green streaks of glowing minerals in the cave walls. A quick search doesn't turn up any bones. First you feel disappointed, then you feel something on your leg. It tickles. Absently you reach down to scratch your thigh. Ugh! A giant spider crawls onto your hand. With a yell, you flick the spider away. It flies off your hand and lands on a glittering object, half buried in the cave floor. A gold ring. Maybe we should dig here, you suggest eagerly. We might find buried treasure. Or you might find buried terror. See what's there on page 71. Now, if there was just a zombie in this cave, shouldn't there be footprints?
I think it was going to be that creepy coach.
Did I say 71? Yep.
Yep.
You dig with your bare hands in the soft earth. Kim doesn't help. I don't want to break a nail, she sniffs. After digging down a few inches, you feel something hard. You paw feverishly at the dirt. Is it gold? Jewels? Kim bends over for a look. It's a skeleton, she gasps. Human. You feel a chill. You thought Coach Crump was kidding when he said the cave was full of human bones, but it seemed he was serious. Dead serious. Swallowing your fear, you keep digging. 10 minutes later, you've uncovered the entire skeleton. Yuck, I'm not touching that thing, Kim declares. You're not either eager to touch it either, but you've got to get a bone if you're going to win the outdoors medal. And after all you've been through, you want that medal. One of the ribs is cracked, Kim points out. Break it off and take it. You think it might be easier to lift off the skull, but on the other hand, the skull is bulky. It won't fit in your pack. All right. Do we want to go for the skull? How small is your pack?
Yeah, I don't know. My first thought would have been a rib.
Yeah, my
It
first
somehow
thought would
feels
have been
more.
the rib or a femur or something.
A femur definitely wouldn't fit in the pack. A rib, though.
Yeah, but you could hold it like a club.
Oh, in case you need to fight something?
Yeah.
That's not an option.
I feel like the broken rib is going to come back to bite us because it's sharp and it's going to poke through and fall out. But I
You
feel
could
like
use
the
it to
skull.
Jab something.
I feel like the skull's also going to bite us because we're going to be down a hand.
I'd get the rib. If it was me, I'd go rib.
I agree. Rib.
Right.
All right. And that is
32.
page 71 for when we inevitably die. Go to page 32.
Alright, I'll take back over.
Sure thing.
You reach down and break off the skeleton's cracked rib. A moment later, the rest of the bones crumble to dust. You got the bone, Kim crows. Kim. Yeah, you mutter. You wish you could feel excited, but you're too creeped out. You just want to get out of here. Glance at your watch. 11 p.m. 1 hour to find the campsite. You and Kim hurry out of the cave. Kim examines her map by flashlight. This way, she calls, heading downhill. She seems confident about where she's going. So you follow her. Moon is up, but it's still very dark in the trees. After a few moments, you come to a place where the trees are thinner. The ground seems strangely rocky. Come on, Kim orders, beckoning impatiently. You're halfway across the rocky field when you stumble over something. You shine your flashlight down to see what it was. Oh, it's not a rock. It's a gravestone. We're in a graveyard. Now we turn to page 137. Not safe. This is not a safe children's activity. Ooh, I don't like graveyards, Kim whines. Why did we have to come this way? Don't ask me, you're the one with the map, you retort. You notice something odd. Glass beaker, the kind you use in science labs, is lying on top of the gravestone. Step closer, squinting at the white label on the beaker. Property of the cemetery man. Read aloud. The cemetery man? Isn't that the guy Ted asked about? One Coach Crump said didn't exist? Then you hear a noise. Scrape, scrape, scrape. The sound is coming from the grave. One with the beaker on it. You aim your flashlight at the grave. No, this can't be real. A hand is pushing its way up through the ground. A moment later, a hideous head thrusts out into the air. The same thing is happening at the other graves. Dead. Rising. Page 47. Alright. A freshly risen zombie staggers toward you. Foo, it groans. Foo. Finally, you get what it's saying. Food, as in you. A total terror meltdown. A zombie grabs you. Knock its hand away. Another one has Kim down. It's about to bite her. You tackle the monster and pull it off of her. Fingers sink deep into the rotten flesh of its arm. Yeech! And you scream. You and Kim sprint out of the graveyard. The zombie's heavy footsteps thud behind you. Then, Kim trips over a tree root. She hits the ground hard. No, she shrieks. Help me. I hurt my ankle. Help me. Zombie is only a few feet away. Know that if you were hurt, Kim would leave you hanging. So should you stick your neck out for her? Alright, so we could choose to help Kim on page 102 or keep running on page 28. So leaving Kim to die was our original plan. Are we sticking with that, or if we felt any sort of camaraderie with this person?
All right, so our initial plan was to leave Kim, but these books are probably not going to teach children to leave people behind.
Mm,
Typically, you didn't leave your friends to be devoured while you ran in these books.
you're saying we gotta help Kim.
I'm saying maybe we help Kim. I'm not saying we have to, but I think that might be the right answer, but I am willing to stick to the initial plan if you're married to it.
I think we had a plan. I think we said Kim needs to die. I want Kim. I want to see what happens if we leave her to die. This is our
Okay.
first go around. I think we got to do it.
All right, we've got 3 lives. Keep running. Turn to page 28.
All right, do you want to take it or
We
should
did 3 tops and now 3 bottoms in a row.
I? Ooh.
Later, Kim, you call. With a burst of speed, you dash down the trail. You look fearfully over your shoulder. The zombie has stopped chasing you. It's bending over Kim. Poor Kim. Now she's really got something to complain about. But you've got your own problems. The main one being it's 5 minutes to midnight and no campsite in sight. 4 minutes, you keep running. Still no sight of the camp. 3 minutes, you can barely see the trail. You aim your flashlight down the path, but the batteries go dead. It's midnight. No way you're going to get that medal now. Besides which, you're alone in a forest full of zombies. You're lost. The only thing you can do is lay down your sleeping bag and wait for morning to come. That is a terrible plan.
Why would you do that?
Also, we left the girl who knew how to read the map.
Did. We absolutely made that choice. Or I made that choice. You were going to keep her alive.
I was going to keep her alive.
Yeah, I took us down a bad path.
We decided to sleep on the forest floor full of zombies. You unroll your sleeping bag. This is fine, you tell yourself. I'll just find the campsite in the morning. If you're still alive in the morning, you eat a candy bar, then you snuggle into your sleeping bag. You have to stay awake all night. You don't dare fall asleep. If you do, zombies could sneak up on you. You lie in the sleeping bag staring at the moon, but gradually your eyes flutter closed. When you open them again, everything is pitch dark. You try to sit up, but something is wrapped around you. You can't see or hear. You scream like a maniac. Then you realize. You zipped yourself into your sleeping bag, dummy. When you finally struggle out of the sleeping bag, sunlight floods your eyes. It's a beautiful morning, but the woods are still full of zombies, you think, and Kim is out there by herself, where you left her. You've got to go back for her. When you reach the clearing, there's no sign of her, but you notice something you missed last night. Find it on page 111.
Like I was like, I immediately need to go to sleep, and then doesn't go to sleep.
Half hidden behind a bush is a wooden sign. You brush the leaves out of the way to read Camp Ahead. You're back at Camp Running Leaf. You didn't much like camp, but you can't wait to get back now. You follow the sign up a small hill, then gaze down. In the valley below is a huge camp. A big sign in front says, "Welcome to Camp Pendleton." Camp Pendleton? Have you made a mistake? No, you realize Camp Pendleton was the camp you were supposed to attend in the first place. It was the camp Uncle Ed promised to take you to. Going to Camp Running Leaf was a mistake. A big mistake. You rush down the hill to Camp Pendleton. Forget about Running Leaf, the outdoors medal, Kim, and the zombies. You just hope you're not too late for breakfast. Honestly, I feel like this is the best ending.
Yeah, I think we got it right on the first
I
try.
feel like we got away from the evil zombie camp to the real camp. This is best case scenario. And we got rid of that B Kim that we hate. So
Take that, Kim. I told you we had to leave her to die. You see, I think that's what R.L. Stein wanted you to think. That was the trick.
all right. So do we want to go back and see what happens if we help Kim?
Yeah, we gotta see what happens if we help her.
All right, then we need to go to page 102.
Right. Right. 102, I'll take it. Can't let Kim face a flesh-eating zombie alone. You turn back and grab her hands. Come on, you cry, pulling her up. We'll lose the zombie in the woods. Kim leans on you. Two of you stumble into the trees. You hear the zombie crashing through the trees. Boo! It moans. Ugh! Quickly, you switch directions. And then the woods ghosts are silent. Where did the zombie go? Did you lose it? Or is it laying some kind of trap for you? You sniff the air. Is it your imagination? Or can you catch a faint whiff of rotting flesh? Hurry, you urge Kim. You drag her along. The rotten smell grows stronger. And then you crash right into a tall, dark form. Now we want to change to page 48. Zombie, Kim shrieks. What are you talking about? A familiar voice cries. It's Coach Crump. You practically faint with relief. Where have you been? The coach demands. It's almost midnight. Start to tell him about the zombies, but the coach waves you off. Camp's just over this ridge, he tells you. Didn't you see the sign? He points at a white sign that says, Camp Out. Follow him to the campsite. The other kids are already in their sleeping bags, snoring. Isn't there any food? I'm starving, Kim complains. You missed the cookout, the coach replies. He doesn't seem to care that you're both hungry. It's time to sleep. How about our medals, you ask? We're the only ones who got a bone from Zombie Cave. We'll talk about it tomorrow, Coach Crump snaps. Now turn in. What a grouch. Crawl into your sleeping bag. Just dozing off when a noise awakens you. Glance across the campfire, and you feel your
Heart stop in fear is what
heart
I've.
stop in fear. That makes sense. In our PDF, there is a smudge on this page. To page 35. Page 35. Someone is bending over the sleeping Tracy, aiming a gun at her. Oh my goodness. You're about to shout a warning. Then you see something that makes you laugh. Gun squirts liquid on her. It's only a water gun. Tracy sits, bolts upright, screaming. Her eyes film over. Her face seems to shrivel. She moans softly. Ugh. I've heard that moan before. Tracy has turned into a zombie. Something in the water gun is transforming the living into the living dead. The person with the water gun creeps over to Ted's sleeping bag. He squirts the liquid in Ted's face. Ted wakes with a moan. He rises, hands outstretched. This is awful. All your fellow hikers are becoming zombies. You better wake up Coach Crump. Maybe he'll know what to do. Quietly, you unzip your sleeping bag. You crawl around the campfire to see where the coach is sleeping, but his bag is empty. Quick, turn to page 25. Coach Crump is gone. Glance back at the person with the water gun. He's now bent over Kim. Embers of the campfire. You have just enough light for you to see his face. It's Coach Crump. Coach Crump is the one making your friends into zombies. And now he's moving towards your sleeping bag. You've got to get out of this nightmare, but you scuttle towards the woods. The voice calls out, Urgh! It's Kim. Only Kim is now a zombie. She stands by the fire. Her eyes are lifeless. Eyes buzz around her putrid flesh. She points straight at you. Boo! Time to boogie. You zip through the trees. You zag through the bushes. In the distance, you hear Coach Crump shouting, Head for Camp Running Leaf. We'll get the rest of them there. I'd like to warn the campers, except there's no way you can find your way back to camp. Lest the zombies, you follow the zombies. It seems risky. You should just run away. Now we can follow the zombies to the camp on page 135, or run as far from the zombies as possible on page 56.
Huh. I mean,
I feel like we're on a savior
yeah, I feel like we have
this
to
person.
follow
We're
them
trying to,
to camp.
yeah, because we got to save the people at the camp.
All
Page
right.
135. If we were going to save Kim, then we should save
Well,
everybody else.
that worked out great. Kim's a
Yeah, that
zombie
was
now
not good.
anyway,
There was no saving Kim. We now
despite
know
our
that.
best efforts. All right, I'll take it from here. You
Right?
circle around until you're behind the zombies. Then, from a safe distance, you follow the hideous band. It's easy to keep track of them in the dark. They smell like a garbage dump. With luck, you'll be able to warn the other campers in time. The zombies shuffle through the dark woods. Suddenly, Coach Crump calls a halt. I hear something, he rasps. Maybe it's that kid who got away. Holding your breath, you duck behind a rock. A mosquito bites you. Swatting at it, you slap your arm. Oops. Did anyone hear that? Someone says right behind you. Uh-oh. You run as fast as you can, for about 3 feet. Then you trip. When you look up, you're surrounded by zombies. Their undead faces stare hungrily at you, as if you're junk food. Congratulations, Coach Crump tells you you've almost earned your medal. Medal? Move on to page 133. Well, what do you mean? You ask in a shaking voice. The outdoors medal, the Coach Crump says. All the others got theirs. Maybe I forgot to mention the rules before, he adds. See, the only way to earn a medal is to become a zombie. No, you howl. You try to crawl away, but it's no use. The zombie kid grabs you. Kim bites your arm. Al tears at your legs. Seconds later, your heart stops. Your breathing stops. Your brain stops. Your entire body turns cold. Coach Crump places a medal around your neck. In camp, it glittered like gold, but actually the medal was made of cheap plastic. There's a picture of a zombie etched in the center. Around the edge of the pendant are the words, "Kiss me, I'm a zombie." The end.
Oh, yeah. See, you got to leave Kim to die.
Yeah, they never want you to save people in this. All
Oh,
right.
Uncle Ed really set us up on this one.
Do we check out what happens if we run for our lives? On page 56.
Or do we want to go further back? Because we don't know. I mean, we could also go try the athletics.
Well, we've been recording for an hour at this point
Oh, yeah, that's
almost.
true.
I almost feel like we're going to have to do the athletics path in another special episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
So let's see
But
what
yeah,
happens
let's
if
go
we
back to.
run.
All right, what page was that?
Page 56. Taking the rib or the skull did not seem to matter unless the skull was insta-death, by the way.
Oh, yeah. All right, page 56. I'll take it. Keep running, you say to yourself. Sooner or later, they're bound to find the camp. You're bound to find the camp, or a road, or a town. Something besides zombies. You crash through the dark woods. All you care about is escaping. Finally, you spot something right ahead. A sign. It reads, "Camp out." No. Back at the campsite. We're in big circles. Stumble to a halt. Panting. Snap. A branch breaks. Then you feel breathing on your neck. Someone, or something, is right behind you. It's too late. Slowly, you turn around. So we go to page 87. Scrolling. Can't believe who is standing behind you. Uncle Ed! Oh, now we get to find out what this guy was up to. Cry. At last, Uncle Ed says. He's carrying a flashlight. By its glow, you can see that he looks tired and worried. I've been searching you for hours. Glad to see you, you exclaim. Whole incredible story pours out of you. About the zombies and Coach Crump. Sorry, Uncle Ed says. You finish when you finish talking. I never should have brought you on this mission. You stare at your uncle in confusion. Uncle Ed glances around and makes sure no one is listening. You see, I'm with the X Factors, he whispers. A secret security organization. We investigate unnatural events. On the way to Camp Pendleton, I made a phone call. Remember? You nod, dazed. The X Factors? That was when I got the assignment to investigate Camp Running Leaf. There were rumors the cemetery man was here. There. The cemetery man, you exclaim. But Coach Crump said there was no such person as the cemetery man. Uncle Ed shakes his head. He was lying. He tells you, Coach Crump is the secretary man. The whole
Secretary
horrible
man.
cemetery man. Did I say secretary
You
man?
did.
Oh my gosh. Late. Late. It's been a long day. Coach Crump is the cemetery man. Secretary man. That would be a little bit. That's you wouldn't.
Whole different book.
You're a whole different book. That's a rude thing to call somebody because it's just. I'm not getting into that. Page 49. Coach Crump is the cemetery man. You gasp. What does it all mean? Uncle Ed lays his hand on your shoulder. Listen carefully. We don't have much time. See, the cemetery man is a chemist. He, well, to put it simply, developed a chemical that will bring the dead back to life. The thing is, his formula has a horrible side effect. One drop on the skin will turn living humans temporarily into zombies. Oh, good. You remember Coach Crump's water gun. The beaker in the cemetery. They must have held the zombie-making chemical. You stare at Uncle Ed in horror. Why, you blurt. Why is he making all these zombies? He's creating an army, Ed exclaims. Zombies are completely under his control. We think he plans to take over the world. He sounds completely insane, you whisper. He is, Uncle Ed agrees. But it's my job to stop him. He gazes solemnly at you. I need your help. To page 123. I'm in, you reply instantly. How can we stop the cemetery man? Not the secretary man. The first thing is, we've got to get the zombie-making chemical from him, Uncle Ed replies. As I mentioned, the side effect on humans is temporary. They don't get a fresh dose of the chemical every day for a month. The effect will wear off. Will wear off? What a relief. That means there's hope for the other hikers, even Kim. Uncle Ed continues. Here's the plan. One of us will pretend to be a zombie. Pretend zombie will distract Crump. The other will take the water gun from him. Oh, okay, you say doubtfully. To tell the truth, the plan sounds kind of lame to you. Wow. You don't have any better ideas. The next question is, who gets to play zombie? If you want to act as the zombie, turn to page 114. If you want to go for the water gun, turn to page 45.
Okay, so here's the thing. Well, first of all, that zombie that fell off the cliff was clearly a kid that could have been cured. Just want to throw
Yes.
that out there. That kid is
That's
dead.
a good point. That kid has died.
If you want to act as zombies, so the thing is, this man has been turning campers into zombies. So he might not notice an extra camper, but a grown-ass man among his ranks might raise questions.
Yeah, that's true. That's not a good plan at all.
On the other hand, it seems like it's more fun to go for the gun, but also we should probably let Agent Mulder go for the gun because he is qualified to go for the gun.
Uncle Ed, what a jerk. At least he wasn't, like, nefarious, but this is not cool, Uncle Ed.
This is not cool, Uncle Ed. So, what are your thoughts?
Let's go for the gun.
Okay, against
No,
all
wait, no,
reason,
wait.
against
No,
every
that's
piece
not...
of logic we've dropped, we're gonna go for the gun.
Man, I was gonna say let's Uncle Ed go for the gun. No, you know what? Yeah, let's go against logic because that worked out for us when we left Kim to die.
Water gun. What page is this? This is page 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going for the water gun. No Guts, No Glory, page 45.
Take it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the page. My PDF loads slow. Here we go. You. Oh, no, went too far. You be the zombie, you tell Uncle Ed. After all, you're the secret agent. You and Uncle Ed track the cemetery man and his army to a clearing near Camp Running Leaf. Hide behind this tree until I give you the signal, Uncle Ed whispers. Then he lurches into the middle of the clearing, moaning. You peek around the tree. Isn't Uncle Ed getting a little too close to the zombie campers? Before you can warn him, Samantha darts over and bites him on the leg. Phoo, she moans. Uncle Ed shudders.
Uh,
His eyes instantly glaze over. His skin turns ashy and starts to curl away from his bones. Guess what? He's not pretending to be a zombie any longer. Uncle Ed spins and points at your hiding place. Phoo, he moans. The zombies stalk towards you, horrified. You turn and run, but before you get very far, you feel something wet hit the back of your neck. Oh no! Are you brave enough to turn around on page 130?
Uncle Ed is terrible at this.
What's terrible at this?
Uncle Ed.
I mean, he was the only person qualified to go for the gun. We established.
That's true.
You turn around. Coach Crump is standing there, water gun in hand. Okay, so you're a zombie. As it turns out, though, being a zombie's not the worst thing in the world. True, within a month, most of your skin rots away, your teeth and hair fall out, you lose all of your toes. But no one makes any cracks about it. That's because, thanks to the cemetery man and his army, everyone else in the world also has been turned into zombies. And all you zombies live, that is, don't live, happily ever after. That's the end.
Right.
That's our second life. Do we want to pretend to be a zombie?
Wasn't there a third? Oh no, because we survived.
We
Now let's.
survived. That's not a
Okay.
life. That's a success.
All right. Let's see what happens if we pretend to be a zombie.
And then we'll end it.
Okay. This was good. I like this. This was fun.
This was a lot of fun. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah. What page do we go to be?
114.
All right. I'll take it back over. All right. I'll be the zombie, you volunteer. Uncle Ed nods. I'm counting on you, he tells you. You and Uncle Ed follow the zombie's trail through the dark woods. It's almost dawn before you catch up with the hideous creatures. You're on a ridge overlooking Camp Running Leaf. Peer up behind a tree trunk. Zombie kids are sitting around a small campfire. Their eyes weren't open. If their eyes weren't open, you'd swear they were all dead. They are dead, you remind yourself. Coach Crump is pacing back and forth. Drones. First, we'll take over Camp Running Leaf. Next, we'll conquer. Sounds like he's addressing the troops, you think with disgust. Glad taps you on the shoulder. Go, he mouths. You swallow hard. Here goes nothing, you say to yourself. Step into the flickering light of the campfire. Turn to page 12. All the way back to the start. Broke my PDF because I scrolled too fast. It's still dark, so the zombies can't see you. Clearly, you step out from behind the tree. Urgh, you moan in your best zombie imitation. Though the last hiker is now one of us, Crump gloats. Phoo, you moan. You wonder for a moment if there's an Oscar for best imitation of an undead fiend. If there were, you wouldn't win. Coach Crump peers suspiciously. You look a little too healthy, he says. Be on the safe side. I'd better spray you again. Spray you? Your eyes go wide with horror. Coach Crump raises the water gun. One drop and you're dead. Worse than dead. But Uncle Ed darts from behind the tree and grabs the gun. It's all over, cemetery man, Uncle Ed calls. Never turn another kid into a zombie. No! Coach Crump shrieks. Two men struggle for the water gun. Watch helplessly as they sway back and forth. Is Uncle Ed winning? Suddenly, liquid jets out from the water gun and hits Hits who? Find out on page 34. Uncle Ed turns around, his eyes bulging. Coach Crump also turns around, his eyes are Ed. Crump has become a zombie. He moans, "Foo!" and heads straight for you. "Get out of the way," Uncle Ed shouts to you. He holds up the water gun. "I'm the master now, Crump. Do my bidding." Crump turns to stare at Uncle Ed, drooling. You hold your breath. Your heart pounds. Can Uncle Ed really control the zombies? Page 31. Coach Crump wheels around and stands obediently before Uncle Ed. The zombie kids follow. Let out your breath. Yes, it worked. Next day, Uncle Ed drives you to Camp Pendleton, the real Camp Pendleton. Maybe this time, I'll win a medal, you say as you climb out of the car. Maybe, kid. Oh, before I forget, I have something for you. Ed hands you a slip of pale green paper. What's this? You ask, mystified. It's a check, Uncle Ed replies. I didn't tell you. There's a reward for capturing the cemetery man. You peer down the check. Your eyes bulge. You've never seen so many zeros. As it turns out, you didn't win any medals at Camp Pendleton. You don't care, because now you can buy all the medals you want. Alright, that's another good ending.
That seems like potentially the best ending, because now thinking back to that first perfect ending we got, we probably died the next day in a zombie invasion.
Oh, that's true. This time we definitely stopped that guy and we got the money. But we also have no idea what happens on the other trip. Presumably,
we also don't know what happens if we hike alone, if we follow the river, if we went against the mountain lion, if we took the skull.
Yeah, the skull and the rib bone really don't seem to be doing anything. Or maybe it's that the rib bone doesn't do anything. I wonder if there would have been interesting things that happened if we had taken the skull. Like if the skull was haunted or something. Who knows?
Yeah. We also at the end had John join the chat.
Yeah, what'd John say?
I mean, you can see the chat.
I didn't have it up. Fun.
But yeah, no, this was a lot of fun. I think we should definitely do the sports path one time. And I might go back and finish the other choices on this path.
Oh yeah, no, I want to see what happens.
Yeah, no, this is good. I definitely think we should.
Can't see the chat. I don't know how to get to it.
These. He said we took the R. Kelly path, which is, I imagine, when the kids were all getting this stream from the water gun on them. I'm not sure. I missed when that came in.
I hate that idea.
Yeah.
That's gross.
And then he said it's amazing how many R.L. Stine cliffhangers there are in this that aren't even choice-based. And, I mean, that's his thing. We talked about that last year with Jelly Jam. Every single chapter ends on a cliffhanger. He can't not end a chapter on a cliffhanger, even if it's the most innocuous, like... And it was the pizza man at the door. Like...
that is 100%. I mean, this is very R.L. Stine.
Yeah,
this is pretty pure R.L. Stine. I do think it's interesting that they really make you jump around the book a lot for no particular reason.
At all.
Yeah. I guess it's just to make it feel more interactive.
Yes.
You would recommend this for kids? I would absolutely recommend this for kids.
Oh yeah, this was a blast. I loved these as a kid, and I'm loving these now.
Nice. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to doing this again, and we'll take the other path.
Excellent.
Sometime soon.
Yeah, I would maybe we do fall camping and stuff is still a thing. So
sure.
Sometime in the fall season.
Yeah, we'll do it sometime soon. And we'll do this again.
Yeah, no, this was this has a surprising amount of replay value, says John, and I agree. Oh, the chaos route and pulling out our gun. That's the R. Kelly route from South Park. So he came and we pulled out the gun.
Okay. From the episode. Okay. I remember that episode. Yeah. Nice.
So, yeah, no, I love it. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
Uh,
we'll do this again.
we will definitely do this again because this was a blast to do. And there's just so many R.L. Stein Choose Your Own Adventures. Just R.L. Stein ones, not even like horror based ones.
Anybody other, if anybody knows some other good kids spooky choose your own adventures that we could easily find either at our local libraries or through Internet Archive or something like that, let us know because we'll do this again.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this.
Yeah, I'm Steve,
I'm Sam.
and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.